The thing that every labeling professional wants to avoid is a mislabel, but on a personal level, their biggest fear is making an unintended change to a label. An unintended change is the type of error most likely to get through the internal approval process because the approvers are focused on intended changes. They don't tend to actively search the labels for elements that weren't supposed to change. If you are responsible for labeling, you know that an unintended change is a ticking time bomb. Because it can get past an internal review, that change may sit there in an approved state for weeks, months, or possibly years waiting to be exposed. It means that that label revision from the past could pop up and cause a massive recall at any time. What can you do to catch an unintended change? Adding approvers doesn't help. Adding approvers just adds a false sense of security. As more approvers are added, those approvers tend to look at fewer label elements. Instead of adding a human being, put a tool in the approval process. A tool that compares two versions of the same label, identifies symbols, barcodes, and text strings to one another. A tool that doesn't know which changes were intended or unintended, so it will analyze every aspect of the label. It will then generate a report that identifies not only the label changes, but also confirms the content that remained the same. This tool can be used anywhere within the labeling process, but a great spot to start is after the labeling specialist has created a new revision, but before the label goes into the internal approval process. The tool will show the labeling specialist all the changes between the current version of the label and their revised label. The labeling specialist or peer can confirm that only the intended changes were made, and if an unintended change occurred, they can fix the issue before the label goes into the approval process. It's a tool that isn't looking at just the intended change. It doesn't get distracted by phone calls or emails. It doesn't expect another reviewer is going to catch a change that it misses, and it shows its work. This is Falcon. Contact network partners today to schedule a demonstration of the Falcon Labeling AI technology and see what it can do to help eliminate the headache of an unintended change.